Alright, well, it's the end of May. June is tomorrow, and I'm starting to plan my fall part of the garden. Had a couple zucchini plants, a zucchini plant that didn't make it, and only one of my scallop squashes made it. And I really like that scallop squash. Grew it for the first time by accident last year, and actually really enjoyed the fruit off of it. I mean, I love squash, so I'm going to go ahead and plant a couple more. All I got here is a couple of pots, 4. And I'm going to get my holder here straight. Plant seeds. I start all my squash from seeds. Cucumbers, any squashes I do, those all come from seeds because they're pretty easy to grow. And the soil I use is lots of flies in my garden because of all the fish. But this right here is just peat moss, and as you can see, rabbit droppings from underneath my rabbit pens. Rabbit droppings, unlike chicken, can be used right away to grow young plants. They don't burn them up. You don't have to put it out for 6 months and let it, cool down. So I start my seeds, my squash seeds, right in the mix of peat moss and rabbit manure and perlite if I have it. I don't have any right now, but with the rabbit castings, it ain't really a necessity to have perlite in there. But I got my pots on top of these for 1, weed patrol, kind of keep the weeds away from them, and 2, those are going to hold water for a couple of days after a rain. My pots don't have the secondary catch bowl, so I put those down, and that will keep them watered a couple days after a rain or watering, which is important when you've got like pots like this because they can lose moisture pretty quick. So anyway, I'm gonna plant my seeds right in there. I don't have a huge garden, so I gotta make do with the space I got. So rotating crops is gonna be key to growing food all year long. All right, back here, I'm gonna show you those couple of squash plants I planted just now at the beginning of this video. But first off, a shout out to Zach and Logan, 2 of my biggest fans. I seen them at the frog and turtle races just the other day. They asked if I'd do them a shout out, and I said, well, heck yeah, because the Whited family, they've been good to me my whole life. I love my Whited family. I grew up with them people, and now this younger generation, Zach and Logan, good people right there. So shout out to you guys. Here's that squash I was planted. As you can see, it's a little wilted. It's hot, so I'm going to put something in around the bottom of them to keep moisture in those tubs longer because they need it. And pulled all my potatoes. I had 10 pounds of seed potatoes, 10 pounds of new potatoes, 10 pounds of Yukon Golds seed potatoes, and then 1 pound of purple potatoes. And pulled them all, and I think I got around 60-70 pounds of potatoes out of that 20 pounds, so that's pretty good. And hopefully I'll get in my late season potatoes after my squash and stuff get done doing their thing. So let's go check out the squash. Is it not spraying good? The dreaded squash beetles are back as always. I've been catching with my hands and like this, and then I squish them with my fingers. Ugh. And they smell delicious. I really want to eat one, but I'm not going to. They smell like sour apple. Whoa, what are you spraying? Just everything?
Plant, no. There's bugs everywhere.
We don't care about all the bugs. They might be pollinating. We just want the squash bugs. I'll show you. Where did I see them? Crap. Alright, so last year I used 7 spray and I didn't see much results. This year I'm using Dawn soap and water. A lot more healthier, I guess. I'm gonna take y'all in here. We're gonna find some. I found some earlier, and we're gonna spray them. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, right there. So those are baby squash beetles that have just hatched out recently. That's what they look like. Take this back. See all those little, yeah, they're spiky. See all those little gray bodies on that squash?
Oh yeah.
Black legs.
Yeah.
Those are baby squash beetles.
Kill the babies.
Kill the babies. We're gonna give them a nice liberal dose of this stuff. I will say that despite the grass, this squash plant inside this pepper cage has been growing great. It goes straight up the center of the cage, putting off lots of fruit, and I will be doing this with all of my squash next time. It is amazing. And I just put it around there to keep from stepping on it. And I wasn't planning on growing a squash up at that pepper cage. It was small when I planted it and I didn't want to step on it, so. And it's doing awesome. Hey, if y'all want to help support Wild for the Outdoors, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Get notifications when I put out a video. Love y'all.